to ask the wife to disobey Allah or to violate any teaching of Islam. In this case, the wife should refuse to comply.
And even if it meant divorce?
Well, I'm also going to say the same thing, and also it will depend on the nature of the rule which is at risk here. Yes, divorce or withdrawal can come anytime, but I would advise the woman not to rush to withdrawal. Let her take her time. If the husband wants her to do anything which violates the teaching of Islam, she shouldn't rush to withdrawal or divorce. Let the matter be handled in a more constructive and diplomatic way until they get to an understanding. Allah Alam.
Okay, I think just to add on to that, like the Ray also says, Allah wa Rasuluhu haqqu an yurduhu in kanu mu'minin. That Allah and His Messenger, He wants to please. Yeah, to please if there is need, if you are truly a believer.
Yeah.
Now we take our first caller, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Bismillah. Can you please reduce your TV a bit?
Let me just go.
Yes.
Is it okay?
Yes, okay now.
I have to thank you very much. Thank you guys so much for this program.
Can you please still reduce the volume of the TV a bit? It's infiltrating.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, you can talk now.
Yeah, I said I have to thank Abu Bakr and my lecturer, Dr. Senghor.
Thank you very much.
Very much appreciated this program.
Thank you very much.
And anytime I see you and Abu Bakr on the program, I always stay and watch it until anytime you people are out.
Thank you very much.
The question I want to ask that was, is it proper to divorce your wife when it's in pregnancy?
When she's pregnant?
When it's pregnant, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is halal. Sometimes divorce may be prohibited because of timing. Sometimes it may be prohibited because of the number of divorces. Divorce during menstruation, that's a situation where divorce is prohibited because of the time. But when the woman is pregnant, or when a woman is a minor, she's not yet reached the age of maturity, got married and is pregnant, or when she goes beyond the age of menstruation, these three stages, divorce can happen anytime, and it will not be against the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. The only time divorcing a woman, a pregnant woman, will be against the sunnah if you grant more than one divorce. But insofar as is one divorce, and because it's pregnancy, it is not haram. It is permissible.
Okay. This issue of one divorce, is it that you said I divorce you, or on one instance, if you say it 3 times or 4 times, does it represent one or what?
It used to be like this, that you divorced once, and then maybe before the end of the waiting period, you revoke the divorce, because that's what we call talaq raj'i, or revocable divorce, a divorce that can be revoked. So if you divorce before the end of the waiting period, you revoke the divorce, the marriage is reconstituted.
Okay.
One divorce has happened. If problems occur again, and you divorce for a second time, maybe a month or a year later, second divorce has occurred. If you revoke the divorce, marriage is reconstituted. Now you are left with one chance. If 2 or 3 years later problems develop again, you divorce for a third time, that will be the end of it. You cannot revoke the divorce now. The divorce is final, and you cannot get back to the woman until she gets married to another person and incidentally happen to be divorced. But during the time of Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab, people started to play with divorce. That somebody would tell the wife that I have divorced you 3 times. And he ruled that it's binding, that anybody who said to the wife that I have divorced you, or you are divorced 3 times, 3 divorces will occur, divorce becomes binding and becomes final. You understand? That is the rule of Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab, and he's one of the most authoritative jurists of Islam. And therefore it became a well-established rule, particularly in the Maliki school, that anybody who utters the word divorce 3 times, that I have divorced you 3 times, or who pronounced divorcing the wife for 3 times, 3 divorces would occur instantly. And the divorces are all final, and the person cannot get back to reconstitute the marriage, it was irrevocable, and the only time that marriage can come between them was if the woman happened to marry to another man and incidentally get divorced. Wallahu alam.
So this is great musibah, because I know someone who divorced his wife more than 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime the wife goes, the elders of the community will come and say, hey, don't break the family, we are the same people, it will reconstitute it again.
Yeah, in fact,
more than 6 to 7 times.
Some of our...
Now, what I think about is, what of children who are born after the 3rd divorce?
Yeah, in fact, if you quote there are some court cases in the Cadi court whereby a man who divorced, like you are saying exactly, kept on divorcing for the 4th, 5th, 6th time, and he died. There are court cases. Now, in this case, anybody born after the 3rd divorce becomes an illegitimate child.
Allah.
And not entitled to inheritance.
Not entitled to inheritance?
No, not at all. These are definitive rulings of Sharia. They are not subject to any allegorical interpretation. Sometimes, what our cousins, the Jarankas, do, they will, after having divorced for a 2nd, 3rd time now, knowing fully well that when they come to you as an Almami, you are a pious man, you will not allow them to get back to the woman, and he will want to get the one back after having despite having divorced her for 3 times. They'll go to the common people, give them some money, and then send them to go and bring the woman back. So this woman now is coming back this time not as a wife, but as maybe, how do you call it? Concubine. Wow. And therefore, any child born in that period becomes an illegitimate child. People have to be very careful.
And there are severe penalties for that?
Oh, of course. Zina, adultery. People have to be very careful. And that is why I'm saying we play with divorce. But Islam is not playing with divorce. Divorce is a serious matter. And that's why it's not encouraged at all. And you see, that is why the ulama of Islam, the pious people, before they let somebody divorce his wife, or before they let a woman withdraw from a marriage situation, they make sure that they spend a lot of time talking, try to make peace between the 2 parties. Because divorce is a serious matter. But whether you divorce, whether divorce is granted 3 times through intervals, first divorce revoked, marriage reconstituted, divorce revoked, and marriage reconstituted, or whether divorce is pronounced, the 3 divorces are pronounced instantly. Is this way or the other way? Because it is 3 divorce, it's final, and then therefore it's irrevocable, and the woman cannot come back. They cannot come together as husband and wife. And like I said, unless the woman happens to marry to another person and incidentally get divorced. And remember, there was a very, very famous theater on the Senegalese TV. They call it Bara Yego. People do that technique too. Like somebody might, because of some people are very, very short-tempered and very stupid sometimes, I'm sorry to say that, they don't even think of the consequence of what they do. Keep on divorcing a woman for 3 times. Now that the final divorce has come, you are told that it's irrevocable. And you want to get the woman back. And you are told that, no, you cannot get the woman back unless the woman married to another person and happen to be divorced incidentally. So what they will do, they will agree. He can agree with another person to go and marry the woman and then get a divorce.
And then he comes
back.
Okay.
All these tricks, people used to play them in our community, and they are against the teachings of Islam. Okay. In a situation like this, the restriction remains intact. Okay. The woman is still haram for the man.
One question, Ustaz, I forgot to ask that. It's from a top government official, and it's a very, very, very important question, and I forgot to ask it at the beginning, although it is not related to what we're talking about right now, but it's a very important question. It's concerning prayers. Naturally, people like me will go on trek to Basay. Right? If you are traveling, how do you perform these prayers?
Which prayers?
Prayers on journeys.
You see, if you are able to stop and pray at any particular given time, that's the typical, ruling of Islam. That when time is time for Zuhr, stop and pray Zuhr. When time is Maghrib, so. But sometimes the vehicle
or the
medium
or the plane,
it's not under your control. You cannot stop anywhere you like to stop. Sometimes you have also non-Muslims on the vehicle traveling, and sometimes asking the driver to stop to pray will create confusions. These are instances where the principle of necessity will apply. That if you don't have any opportunity to pray on time, make sure that as soon as you arrive at your destination, you perform your prayers. And that is why you are told before you travel to check the distance the number of the period you are going to is going to take you to travel, and the timing, the time of the prayer that is about to take place. If you are traveling around Zuhur time, before you take off, pray Zuhur